much more than that.
Hello and welcome back. The sounds trickling into your ear holes is that of the game beginning. We're getting right on into it here. TJ, I haven't had a chance to set up these two teams, so while we load in on the first round here, tell us who is playing?
You may recognize our team Undecided, and that is still Drowsy, Uwu, and the rest of the co over on that defending side. But you will be excited, enlightened to be introduced to the other team that made it out of that lower bracket. That is Team DreadIQ. We've seen them once before today. That's the side on the attack. They lost the game we saw earlier today, obviously, in order for them to be down in this lower bracket. But they looked decent doing it. And now they have a chance to redeem themselves here on Bind.
We do indeed. Team Undecided here on the defense. DreadIQ looking to make something happen. Moving into Hookah, trying to take control of the B site. Stompez taking out Steel to start things off. And not bad as we are pushing it along as well. This is a very aggressive push to start this, TJ. But oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Drowsy actually got the better of that exchange.
Yeah, super aggressive to start things off. Watch Exile actually playing here on the site, just hiding inside the Cypher trap.
Ooh, we're seeing multiple kills coming out onto the site. Exile playing on boxes. 2v2 situation as the last defender is rotating in through CT spawn. Exile is here in the mid. 3v1, I should say. Oh my goodness.
I believe in Nova. So this is one of the more winnable positions because he did have elbow control, and you can kind of isolate angles. Obviously, when you're in a 1vx like that, the goal is to mitigate that as much as possible by taking as many of those fights as 1v1s as you can. The way to guarantee you win a 1v1 is you peek with the second player. So what has happened when he works elbow is he has an opportunity to get that. I appreciate that he was able to work that, even if it didn't win him the round.
Yeah, I mean, that's a...
I want to note... Sorry.
Go ahead.
I want to note Cypher attack here, because I'm a Cypher main. Exile is playing the B site. We've seen that change up a little bit on other maps, where you're seeing more Cyphers at wider sites. But here, same old, still good for a kill.
We're seeing sites, kills coming in there. Nova. Trade was there in real time. Oh my goodness. Able to pick up the instantly getting picked up though by the Marshall. The gun you so absolutely adore, TJ, put to work here. Coming in from CT spawn.
The TP! It didn't work, but that was the biggest Brighton TP I've ever seen. He was full blind from the paranoia, and he teleported directly behind Brent Royale.
We totally missed it, TJ. But I'm sure it was epic.
Chat's asking if I'm tired or high. And I'd like to regretfully inform chat that I am tired.
Poor buddy. But no, that was
it's been a long day. I'm saving energy though, because we still got a finals to come.
Yes, we do. Now just a single best of 3 because playing till 3 in the morning on the East Coast is less optimal, as it turns out.
Unoptimized.
Yes.
If I sound distracted right now, I'm updating the title. So talk, Paul.
Ah, yes. See the push coming in through a short, massive Titan. He's got the Vandal in hand. He's going to try and make something happen. Get control of Lamp. Box. Just seeing all the spray coming through. He doesn't want to necessarily commit to this, though. They are rotating one defender through the Phoenix. Back through spawn. And massive Titan. He's just peeking this angle, but does not want to overcommit. I love this. Oh, does have the eyes on the one at box. And Truck as well. Trying to take control of Lamp. Heaven has eyes on the Jet. Which means this is their sights, and they'll slowly start to take over. Really nice utilization of the Brimstone smokes. That did look like a headshot onto the Jet as Browsy is coming in from Lamp, able to pick up 2. And a third one now. Nobody expects the second player in Lamp. As now Exile is rotating back in the last player from B. Oh, that ain't good.
No. Full Spectre spray goes wide as he has a player dead to right, but the SMGs at range are always risky. Nova goes wide with his ulti, though, and flags a player over the lamp room box. And those are 2 kills you just cannot allow to happen. You miss the ulti, you lose to a player standing in a Sage slow. What is the world coming to?
Coming to an end, TJ. That's what's happening. And no, you're absolutely correct. Those are things back-to-back that just should not have gone down the way they did. Maybe some jitters getting into the late stages of this game, or of the day, I should say. The tournament is now been on for...
I think jitters is the wrong word. Tremors, maybe.
Ooh. Featuring Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
Isn't it Kevin Bacon?
Not really my kind of movie, but
Okay, that's fine.
I like Kevin Bacon, alright.
Yeah.
That goes there.
Got one of the most
doesn't like
random
Kevin
shoutouts
Bacon?
in a Marvel movie ever. It was great. Oh, that's a fun Cypher cam.
Camera taken
All
out.
Cypher cams are fun. This one in particular, because it's given them a little bit of advanced knowledge. They know this is a full site execute, but I bet this TP happens. They only have one player hookah, and he's playing so far back. This is work the angle and TP if they don't find anything.
They're going to commit a little bit of resource to it, make a little bit of a ruckus, a little bit of noise. And then... I'm waiting for it. Here we go, TJ. But Omen didn't get the memo, though. Omen just TP'd onto site. Massive Titan, friend. And this is now an opportunity for Monson to play
the
this.
spike gets dropped over at A site, so, you know, every part of the Zika round failed, and that's just consistency.
There was an attempt. Steele's still here. Gonna try and steal himself around with the sheriff. Okay, I don't understand. Everybody TP'd, and then he's like, "We're TPing, right?" And the Omen's like, "Yeah." And then he's just...
The team comes, there's someone yelling, TP, 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 and the Omen's like, I got this! TP!
That was
Right
cute.
the side.
That was fun.
So, Eco Round doesn't go great. And now we have a little bit of a weird buy as a result. This is much better than your typical anti-kill recovery. Still mountains of cash for the defending side. Admittedly less than are facing them over on DreadIQ.
Yeah, after that save, they're going to be looking in a pretty good spot. We do have an op over here towards Heaven, which is not going to come into play. So we'll switch over to Long B. We're going to take down the camera up top. We are seeing maybe more of an actual committal here.
Yeah, so a slower B tank. But what I like, and I realize that I say I like this without verbalizing what that is, Exile's positioning and camera play. He's already called for a rotate. They know this is happening.
Joke's over. You're dead.
We are here in the ult coming in. This is going to be the execution. The defending Phoenix going to look to push on in through, find himself a couple of kills. Will he be able to line up 2 headshots with it, though, TJ? And this is massive now. The defenders are in a not a great position. Another headshot from Stomps. Almost able to get...
Oh, my God. Do more Stomps, please. I want more blood.
He
An
would've.
Exile just camping by the corner from long, waiting for people to wander past into his crosshairs. Normally that's hard. You ever want the secret to baiting free kills? Have somebody on your site get kills. Because you sure can't push past that.
The best CC is death.
Yes.
It's an old school MOBA terminology. I think they may be giving up on B for a little bit, TJ. It's 5-0.
Yes. DreadIQ reconsider
shadow.
their options. Said that with a question mark because I was watching Massive Titan.
As were we.
I'm not sure what that option was.
As were we. He decided not to go for the full play back, totally into spawn. And now we see lamp control really going to be a key thing here. Nice molly from Steel.
So this is the ice ball
longer.
site tank where you ice ball right to boxes and just take site without ever needing to take site. The key hold for it is lamp room. So watch Drowsy.
Watching Steel, which is the flip side of that exchange. Who does get the better of it, in fact. And he can't find the second one, though. Gonna look to continue to retake this. Crispy needs to turn around the full 180. The other member is going to be rotating in here from Lamp. He heard the jump, but it's not going to be enough, which means Strider playing off on the side. Cannot line it up as well. Exile is going off, TJ.
And this makes me appreciate the side tank we saw a couple rounds ago, or a couple games ago, where Orgles, who are now waiting in the winner's bracket, would take the site without taking Lamprum instead of taking the site without taking main, where they were walling Lamprum and just fighting main.
Yeah.
Because the advantage of that is anyone who pushes through Lamprum has to, like, just blast into the Sage Wall. Whereas if you're playing
this is
retake
a
from
nice
site and site is walled off, you legitimately can wait till it's weak and then pop a few kills over the top while
goes
working
here,
lamp from.
that goes
Like
there.
that's totally viable. That's probably the order of operations if you wanted to retake the site anyway.
This should do.
So you get an extra advantage, I think, if you flip that. And I'll be curious to see if we see more takes that revolve around blocking
My
off
camera is
lamp from
destroyed.
as opposed to the main side.
Yeah, I will definitely be curious to watch that. I still feel like we're ironing out the A side pushes. I still feel like we're not quite there yet to determining what that's going to look like as this game progresses. As we're seeing a little bit of a push here into Hookah. Strider's taking it with ease. Not really knowing that he's actually facing down two members here in the back of sight. Massive Titan. Just gonna pick him a kill on the flip side of this, though. Finding one in A, but now with that first kill going through, instant response from Team Undecided. They rotate two members over. However, there's still potential situation with the Raze. And Exile.
Drowsy.
Oh, here we go. Massive Titan coming in from... He can't find it from showers! That was a free kill!
Oh, and Drowsy's been spotted. Absolutely tragic.
Prepare for hell.
And we do see the Sage in a world of hurt right now, not able to get herself out in
TPs to
time.
B.
Drowsy drops in, not realizing there was still one there in showers. The Omen's passing like ships in the night. However, this is still going to be the
But
assault.
Exile's making it all work.
How? How is Exile making this work still, TJ?
Because they ran into the Cypher traps. And Exile just drags out 1, 2, 3, clears out the site, drops the spike. And despite everything that went wrong on this anti-eco, they may win it yet. Steel has an argument to counter.
Massive Titan pushing in here, finds it. Now it's a 1v1. The plant has still not gone down. There's the win condition now. He's got to just try and get the kill. Not really sure about this play from Drowsy, but he makes it work.
Pushing into Cypher traps is just always like pushing into a full bomb site if you don't spend utility for it. Of course, it's sneak around, so they can't do that. And DreadIQ just run into the trap wires one at a time and get free killed by them. Very well played from backside, you know, didn't miss the shots, but Exile was handed those kills. Again, don't distract though, that was an eco round. DreadIQ made a lot of money off of that. They did a lot of damage, in the words of American icon Phil Swift. So now they need to work this game with the knowledge that there is limited economy opposing them. Particularly after Brent buys up an operator.
We're seeing a push now coming in towards long. As I select every single player who's not pushing towards long. Hookah control. Hookah control as well.
Watch Exile playing an elbow here. Maybe not like permanently, but just keep an eye on it because
he's by here every time.
He's gonna be the quick anchor push once attention is drawn on site.
And they are very smartly smoking him out now with the brimstone.
He's not smoked out because of his trap wires. Also, full B rotate. All of Team Undecided are here on site. This push is doomed. They need to TP out.
There's still the jet remaining a day. So some potential play here. Just have the camera down. Going for some cheeky darts. Not able to line it up, though. Drowsy looking to potentially push on through here as Massive Titan gets the kill, and that's the opening frag they needed. Can they get some exit here? Is going through the TP. Really, Drowsy? You gonna do this?
Oh, do it. Do it.
He's gonna do the...
You coward? No.
Oh. So you can actually do that. You can, like, bait going through it and then turn it around and TP back through. Anyway, it's pretty cute. However, there is still some play here back in heaven. Massive Titan hears them coming in for the flank. His team has got the site on lock. He needs to be watching this heaven angle, TJ. Hang on. This could be absolutely huge. They know they're coming in from CT. And now he knows they're up in heaven. He baits his teammate big time. There's one kill, picks up two, looking for the third member up here in heaven. He's got the ears on it. Knows what's going down right now. This Cypher, Exile has been going off, but there's not a whole lot he can do. It is a 1v3 situation, TJ. I don't think there's any way he gets this one done.
Man, that was tragic. Stomps was working that so quietly. He was like, I know there's somebody outside heaven, so I'm going to walk up this corner and very painstakingly clear these angles. And Exile just like full runs in. Hey guys, what's up? I'm going heaven. Gets him completely killed.
I also want to note that we just saw, I believe, our first ace of the tournament coming in there from Massive Titan. Started with an awesome opening frag on the jet at A. Yeah. That's what prompted the team to TP over. The battle of wits in the end being won there, and then his positioning up in heaven. Again, baiting his teammate. Sorry, Sage. But for good measure there at the end. Picking up their first round of the game.
So this is the lower final of course. The winner of this goes to the grand final. Loser of this is out of the tournament with no prize money. Prize only pays out to first and second place, so $500. So nothing to sneer at, particularly for a beta, for Christ's sake. It's going to be a B push for this $500.
Cover going out.
Oh, we did it!
He did the double
Massive
TP
size
bait.
with the TP bait, and he does it again, so you think 2 people have gone? I don't know what that was about, actually.
Three people. He did it 3 times, TJ. This is now
Really?
massive. Yeah, he TP'd through twice.
He's a Titan.
And now Exile is so confused. He's the last man standing on the site, and he is absolutely obliterated. Now let's see if Titan can get some exit kills here on the back of the site. Doesn't see anybody. Still going to be in a great position to flank this, though. Oh my goodness. As Steel is playing, hearing them all running in through CT. This is massive. The TP actually came back from Massive Titan.
I don't believe that worked so well. Now it's an easy hole. Run through this choke point more, please.
Flying for elbow right now. That's nothing you can do about that. This is the lone Phoenix, last man standing. Stomps, who's had some awesome showing so far today, just gets absolutely shreked in the mind games of DreadIQ, showing their IQ here in round number 9. 8-9.
I'm kind of astonished that that worked as well as it did, but they full rotate. To be clear, what happened, they full rotate when they hear Massive Titan going through the TP. He does it 3 times to simulate 3 players leaving from long and going to A. And he comes back each time by casting the TP before he goes through the teleporter. So he teleports back into long every time he goes back, and that just forces a full rotate. It's like a gun fake, but bigger brained. It makes the right sound.
I love that they have different sounds there, because that could be really cute and super cheeky and annoying if you could just toss your pistols through every time. But you know, it is what it is.
I mean, you kind of can. People get faked out by it still.
They do. Ooh, nice play from Nova. Shoots down the trap wire. Now
Very well
reset.
played. Trap wires going down over at long.
Because he actually didn't walk into it like me would have, TJ. Thank you.
You know what?
Like
I
I
didn't realize
would've.
that was where your standards were, Paul. I completely understand.
Not getting caught in trap wires. I don't need much, TJ. That's all I need. I've seen the
TP's
XP
to
going
A.
in.
I know exactly.
No way Titan beats that. Mawson, who we just complimented so much, who's been playing out of his mind all day long, just lost the 1v1 he absolutely needed to win. Now we're seeing the TP in the back of sight. Oh my god. Just no. The positioning for Massive Titan. This is one of the best utilizations of an Omen kit I think I've ever seen.
I've been saying for literally weeks now that high-level Omens are going to blow everyone's minds. This is the first one that's actually blowing mine.
He TPs to corner box, well, beside bathrooms, and he just gets this angle that Sage, nobody was expecting, up above the smokes, using the elevation. Now we're seeing Crispius just continuing to rain the pain, not mainly in Spain here. We're on bind, TJ, and they're in a bit of a bind now, as they've been able to get 3 rounds in a row, forcing back Team Undecided.
You know, we've been going for 7 hours when Paul just starts dropping some slam poetry.
That was My Fair Lady, but thank you.
My Fair Lady read dramatically enough could be slam poetry.
I don't disagree.
Let's
but
talk about
Spike.
Mawson there, because he's actually having an awful game so far. I talked to him. He said he'd been doing really well throughout the bracket. The one game we watched wasn't an outlier. He's been kind of the carry for the team. He's on the jet. He didn't lose that fight because of a positioning error or because of team play. He lost that fight because he flat out whiffed the spray. That's
He had
really
first shot.
worrying, actually.
He had first shot, TJ. You're 100% correct. It wasn't even a like, oh, you know, he came up behind me, I didn't see him. It was a, I saw him, I clicked my mouse, and he didn't die, and he killed me. Something that just really shouldn't be happening if you are somebody who's meant to step up as your team. And now, 4-1 position right now. This is a Phoenix alone on B site. I don't think they appreciate just how little credence the Team Undecided is paying to be right now. They're playing this so slow. They've given time for Cypher to rotate back. Exile now is able to get back in position.
Oh my god. Stomps finds a frag though. Exile from the back of the site is back in position, but he doesn't have any ammo. So, easy enough cleanup. Steel will find that frag.
Seeing the CP coming in now. Once again, of course, this is a bit of an eco here. from Team Undecided. I talked about the breaking of the economy. Crispy-ish. There's nothing ish about the play that he's been pulling out with his op so far. He's doing fantastically. Massive Titan, though. Again, in this Omen battle, this is really the one he's been having the most troubles with, to be honest.
Drowsy
Yeah,
will
Drowsy.
frag out into the site, giving him trouble, as you say. He does have enough kit left to make this interesting. Obviously, it's in favor of people holding in a situation like this. But it could have been workable. Still finds the frag, though, playing the post plant beautifully. No reason to peek a sole player until they make a mistake, until they make a sound. And now, we've gotten a decent little lead out for Team Undecided.
I mean, talk about the lead, though, TJ. It's 7-4, and let's talk about momentum, obviously, as we do switch sides here. Going to this next round, it's like... got to talk about the idea of momentum. You know, how you can carry this, how you can break your opponent's momentum, and I don't know. I'm still a little bit unsure. Team Undecided needs to...
So, like, there are a lot of games, especially Counter-Strike, it's very momentum-based because you build up econ. This game, you don't normally. It's very hard to build up econ in the same way you can in Counter-Strike. I do want to point out right now, if we're talking about econ, DreadIQ have, like, enough money to buy Amazon. And Team Undecided can't even afford an Amazon Prime subscription. But we're going into halftime, so that's not going to matter.
It is, and I definitely hit the wrong button over the course of that and actually swapped the team names for a second. Ignore that. That was totally not what I meant to be doing. As we are seeing this.
You were so confused?
Yes, because I hit a button and I'm like, wait, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. And then I was like, wait, what's happening? What happened? That's what it was. We're good now.
Full attack round, only 2 players left for DreadIQ. Drowsy does find one of the last ones, leaving it. Oh! What Stone Steel, who does find 2 frags. Oh no.
There was a second there I was like, he's gonna live. And then he didn't.
I was like, no, surely not.
That's
especially
spray
when he
transfer.
crouched.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Do you crouch there? Do you crouch there because it makes your hitbox smaller? Or do you not crouch there because it puts your head
Right where
at
shooting.
chest level where they're probably spraying?
I probably would not have crouched, but I don't think, honestly, it would have made a difference.
No, probably not.
All right, here we go. Now we're switching sides. DreadIQ now on defense. Team Undecided on offense. 8 rounds to 4. They're looking pretty darn solid here, but again, in a lot of these maps, until teams really figure out how to execute these set strats like you talk about, TJ, and a lot of times you have to talk about how they do tend to favor the defenders here. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, and I think we've seen that overall carried through, which is why I'm not terribly worried or calling this game yet, because seeing DreadIQ have a lot of defense rounds to work this back from. Although that was a really good entry from Mosen through the trap wire.
We're seeing the push coming in now onto B. Ooh, that's the dash to your doom, and you hate to see it if you're a Jet main, as the rest of the defenders are pushing back in through their side. Strider is just continuing to go off, though, playing a behind box right now, totally denying the pressure that was being executed there. Oh.
What a good round. And that's kind of the example. DreadIQ have so many rounds to just work things back. I also think it's a lot easier to solo carry on defense, because people kind of have to come to you. You get to guarantee fights with them. So if Massive Titan wants to continue to pop off and just hit frag after frag, this is the hack to do it on. So I think this comeback is entirely possible. I really, you know, if you asked me place money right now, I'd probably put it on DreadIQ, to be honest, because they've looked more coordinated.
Interesting. All right. I'm still a little undecided, TJ. There are definitely some nice moments.
Because it's the team.
Yeah.
It's going to be a full rush here towards A on the eco. Literally nothing but up. Full classics, full blind, and he still gets the kill and the plant. I take it all back.
I was watching the defending Omen there up in heaven, totally getting denied by this corner split here with the Sage Wall, controlling Lamp, controlling everything. This is a strat that, you know, you and I, TJ, it's something we use quite a bit in our pub games, and I love seeing it being utilized here by these competitive players. Sage Wall is going to go down, but the slowing orb is ready. There's Massive Titan. Gosh, right as I switch off of him, of course he's going to get a kill, as the rest of the defenders are pushing in through Lamp now, as Massive Titan's picking himself up another one. It's a 3v1 situation. Got to try and get the defuse. There's One more.
Oh my god.
One more for Massive Titan and the round for DreadIQ. Don't question yourself, TJ. You got this.
It was the second part of my analysis that came true. I don't know what that coordination was on the side hold. DreadIQ, like, were sage-walling themselves. They didn't support their lamp player at all. Their lamp player pushed forward. I think that was Crispia. She was just, like, running through lamps at the entire wave of pistoling attackers. Just really strange signs. But it worked out because the second part of my analysis came true. It's really easy to solo carry on defense because people kind of have to fight you in a way they don't if you're attacking. So Massive Titan, who's already looked good today, will just be able to take aim battles.
This is what he's looking to do. Line up here. Seeing a default. Coming out now for Team Undecided. Not wanting to overcommit anywhere here. Just looking for a pick.
I'm keeping my eye on Steel because this bomb is over towards the B long side. Obviously, if they push Steel, that's good for Steel. Even if he doesn't win the fight, because bomb sighting this early on is massive.
He's going to just continue to jiggle this. Just trying to look for the angle if the stage wants to push herself up. No, they didn't actually leave the bomb or the spike in mid.
Kind of interesting. You want cool tech. So jiggle peeking doesn't work as often as bomb.
Continue.
Jiggle peeking doesn't work very well in this game, and they're going to rush hookah now, so I'm going to be quiet again.
Steel with an amazing molly to start that one off. Does he know there's two? Does he know there are more?
Yes.
That flash completely whiffs, and there's one. Oh, wait, what?
But he white peeks into them!
Why would he do that? TJ?
Kai, as your analyst, I don't know. Controlling the choke point is in theory good because you know there's a lot of players on the opposite side, and if you can get them to fight you 1v1, that's great. So I can understand, hey, I want to get a little bit more aggro, make sure I can take the fights in the choke point as opposed to when they still have the opposite side, but in doing so, he denies himself the opportunity to get it. It's fine, though, because with 15 seconds left on the round, Crispy's just hanging out mid, getting a triple spray down.
That was okay. So there's a moment, there's a little interaction I have to point out, TJ. So Crispy hears them rotating. He puts up the wall, and there's a moment where Brent's like, guys, we'll just wall over it. It'll be great. And then Stomps is like, no, me gun go brrr, and he just shoots through the center wall and runs straight into his death, and his teammates follow him 1v1 into the consistent shots of Crispy and his Vandal, and that was actually hilarious. That's the whole story.
Never get to talk about jiggle peeking.
Right now. Do it right now. You got time.
So it doesn't work because when you get tagged in this game, you just stop. It's
80%.
ridiculous. You can't
80%.
move, right? So the way you actually peek corners, and I think pros are going to be able to pick this up, if you want to jiggle peek corner, you jump jiggle peek it. Because in the tagging, the slow, isn't applied until you touch the ground.
Interesting. Yeah.
So I think we're going to start seeing people kind of jump strafing around corners.
Finally, we're seeing Mawson getting shut down here on the point, and that's one way to jump into a site, for sure, using your dash. It's Crispy-ish just continuing to go off. If he had more bullets in his clip, that would have been the other kill. They've got the vision there. And the res to boot, making this a 4v2 situation. I love the safety of this.
Oh, I love it. It's too late. They get the kill, but they don't stump the plant, and that's what you're really investing for. You're not worried about winning this round with the control they had. They're just trying to deny the 300 credit bonus, and they don't get that. So it's actually kind of a loss for the ult committal.
I mean, I still don't hate it. No, but you're definitely right. Committing both ults. So you commit the res. No, you either commit the res or do you commit the orbitals, the orbital laser. You ideally shouldn't do both.
Well, the orbital laser was just like that late in the round. It wasn't necessary. And it does make a difference because if you look at the economy that's being set up here over on the Team Undecided side, they're like so broke right now.
Oh yeah.
Those $300 mean that if they buy this round, they can invest those $300 in slightly better pistols, maybe make something happen, and then they'll be able to full buy next round.
I mean, that's 1,500 credits to your team if I get in that plant. Like that's a big deal. That is pretty massive.
You gotta give that credit.
Gotta give them credit for that.
Having said that, this will be an eco round. And I don't want to call myself a prophet, but I did call DreadIQ back in this game. Assuming they clean out this anti-eco, they will have the lead.
We're seeing the push coming in now onto the B site. The Blade Storm getting a lot of work done. TP's trying to come in as well as rotation through CT. This is Mawson on the point, up against the world right now. You can see what he can do. Boombot here, potentially kind of step him out. He's got the, I was gonna say, he's got the teammate covering his back. Stomps, you let me down, my dude. At least you pick up another kill, making
Does
it a
not
1v.
shoot the Boombot.
I think he did, it was just too late.
Yeah,
I don't think he heard the defuse.
The Phoenix ult out.
Oh, and he
What
didn't.
makes this winnable?
What do you mean it makes it winnable, TJ? They lost! He didn't hear the defuse! He burned his
Well, I
ult.
didn't hear the defuse either, so it was understandable.
Yeah.
There's a weird interaction around paranoia that stops you from being able to defuse.
Yes, I've heard this. I was reading about this on Reddit. Where people like, it's like, is it a bug? Do we know?
No, I don't know. Because I fell victim to like day 1 of the beta, and I just assumed it was intended behavior. But knowing more about how the Omen kit works, it's the Omen smoke, I think, not paranoia.
Yeah.
And sometimes the defuse sound just doesn't play through it, and I don't know why. Dark cover, I think, is what it's called.
You are correct. Stomps, though, that's so interesting because he burned his ult after, literally, as the defuse was going off. So not only do they lose the round, I mean, whatever. I mean, they're going into it with not a whole lot of money to spare, so that's fine. It's eco. But not only are you losing the round, you're losing one of your most valuable, if not your most valuable entry ults, because not only is it great for scouting, getting those kills is absolutely massive. And speaking of kills, going down there, but I gotta watch Mawson here. He has been the one to consistently be going off with these entry frags onto A. And he does find one in tandem with Drowsy, getting Nova in Cubby. This is huge. This is the site completely opened up. Let's get the spike in play and let's go.
Massive Titan is the player on the rotate, and he's caught out. Mozen already inside of heaven, already fragging out.
This is absolutely huge. Mawson has just been the player time and again to put their team in a situation to find success. And just, you know, utilization of the kit, dashing up top with the updraft into heaven, getting, you know, the kill, the pick on the rotation, on top of the opening frag in sight. Everything going right there. And TJ, it is 9-9. These games insist on being epic.
Remember Mawson's rough start? Remember how he was like bottom of the scoreboard the entire first half? Where are they now?
Where are they
Turns
now?
out top of the scoreboard fragging out. I do hope I get to talk to him again, because I want to be able to ask him what changed. What was the impetus for the change? Let's talk ult economy, though. Slight advantage to the defenders, team Undecided. Only 2 ults available for DreadIQ are, of course, the Res and the Omen teaming.
We're seeing the first pick coming in here. Cypher on Cypher action, forcing Brent to not only burn the wall, but the Res as well. Keep them in play. They know they are at a crux, a junction. They need to take this one down. Mawson is pushing in onto the site, inside the trap. And not necessarily the ult
He
they were
didn't have
looking for
any
there.
idea where they were. He ulted so far back in the hookah. Mawson just gets 2 free kills.
He does indeed. Whiffs a little bit on the dash there, but still able to get into the site. Now this is a 5v2 situation. Neural Theft on the back of this, continue to push this one up, but Massive Titan is going off here, going massive in this game. Maybe trying to peek the angle. Love that combo, though. The hot hands and the slow orb. We have the showstopper also being committed. Back of sight. Nova's going to be able to pick up one, making it a 2v2. What started off as an epic entry is starting to slowly backfire as Nova is able to pick up the kill. It's a 1v1.
Time not on his side, but this is the character for it because the Rays can clear angles with the utility. But the timing is perfect. Brent swings round the corner and just shuts down Nova.
He was watching that angle the whole time, and the second he checks other side of box, the second that Brent peeks. Yeah, it's just, you got, what is that?
Video game.
You got CSGO'd? Is that the expression?
Yes, that's, yes. Operator brought up. Curious. That's Brent Royale.
Actually, he grabbed it at the end of that last round.
Okay.
Yeah, he
the
grabbed
only
that.
way you can really use the op on attack here is be long. And if they don't peek be long, there's not really a whole lot you can do with it. So, pray for Brent, I guess. Wish him luck. He will now peek be long and either get a kill or not, and that may decide his usefulness in the round.
This is actually the op that picked up the kill on his Cypher in the last round. And he's not going to be, there's nobody there. I'm going to head back over to Mawson because he's been exciting as heck to watch. Oh, and he hears, oh my goodness.
Keeps that record up, entering towards the A site. Nova is still here as a defender. He's playing Anchor inside the lamp rooms. You also do have Massive Titan in Heaven. So there are still 2 defenders on A. They're playing this as a 1-3 split, rotating Steel over to that A site as well. It is a stack they are now playing into.
We do have all 3 members looking to line up the angles, but Nova holding this close right one at Lamps finds the first kill. The knowledge has been passed on to the allies. Throwing a satchel, maybe just trying to get something cheeky here.
Oh. Wide peeking into Brent, who's just watching with the AWP. Very, very well played. Brent actually gets 2.
Stomps missed the Brimstone. He saw Steel on site, but I guess he didn't call it out. Mawson was there able to help clean this one up. And Strider able to trade out now. It's a 2v1 situation. And they're making the correct call just to dash right on through the TP over to the other side. And getting some knowledge. Ideally. He knew it was coming, so that's so funny.
Very well played. He's going to get cyber caged out. This is a winnable 1-on-2, not especially now this planted. As long as this is played well from long, there's just no way back into this. So Strider needs to get aggro now and hunt one of the players right now. Now push into long and pressure. He'll have the neural theft, so he'll know what to peek.
And he is going to throw down the cage. Throwing some shots to try and mask the sound of him starting to defuse. I think I actually
No, that was to shoot a camera.
Oh.
Really cool. Oh, we got halfway on the defuse. There's the camera gone, but it's too late.
Watching good players who know how to utilize their kits, who know how to optimize their rotations and their timings is really, really cool, TJ.
Yeah. So the reason I said you had to push aggro there is because if you don't, then the Cypher can just do that.
Yep.
Like, the only way to win that round is to run at him and get the kill. And Exile, very rightly, knows that that's, you know, a losing fight. You're rushing into a Cypher. When is that ever good advice? And doesn't go for it. Or just plays safe, waits for things to happen. Plays all the way at the bottom of long, if you were noticing that, using the camera to bait things out. Very well played.
Yeah, super solid play. And we're still seeing this 3-man stack over to A. They're just trusting so much in the Cypher's ability to hold B alone here, and for good reason, TJ.
But, yeah, it's not even necessarily hold B.
Okay,
It's give the information, stall the push at B, and then, you know, by the time anything actually happens, by the time there's actually a side tank, they'll be able to get a rotate through. They do have a second player here as well. Crispyish is currently playing Anchor on the site. Strider playing Elbow.
Crispyish, got eyes on Hookah, only has a Bulldog to his name, though. We are 1 round away from match point from Team Undecided.
I actually really hate this specific angle with this specific gun, because the Bulldog's ADS tapfire is so garbage, and it's not even a good tapfire headshot. Oh, but he rotates off.
That timing could be pretty disastrous here as Stomps is pushing him right through Hookah, trying to find the angle. As we are seeing the play now. Stomps looking to try and pick up the kill and back of sight. Pushing in through Hookah. He is revealed. Oh my goodness. Shoot the trap. Crispyish has hold himself up here in Elbow. He's going to boost himself over. Finds 1 kill. Looking for a second. Able to pick up 2, and that's the round.
They didn't have time for that round to be as messy as it was, and that means this game is going to continue to get closer. Round after round after round for Team Undecided. I hate to say it, but just as I forecast, we're right back in this.
Oh my goodness, TJ. Team Undecided, though, still have the economy to do another full buy through all of this. But if DreadIQ can continue to chain these rounds together, we may see a really poorly timed eco from Team Undecided.
Yeah, I mean, they have 1 round of play left in them.
Yeah, that's it.
Team Undecided cannot afford to lose too many guns this round. You could already see the effect it had on the last round, as there was like this weird Bulldog on Crispyish, and he was playing this really awkward angle. You could see he didn't want to play, probably prompting that early rotate. Here's the A push. Phoenix ult just for vision, kind of entry from Stomps. He says, hey, there's a lot of people there, so Muzzin shuts 1 down.
Now we're seeing the push coming in from bathrooms. The Jet Smoke's doing a little bit of work, but Steel drops down from Heaven to make that one work. We are seeing the wall
There's
going
the pizza slice plant, just throwing that out, but it's denied! What a good orbital laser! Nothing comes of that, thank you very much. Steel ends the round.
Oh, well, TJ, it's not done quite yet, though. Don't get too ahead of yourself here, dear sir. We see in Steel pushing his way on in. Finds one, knows where the second is, looks for the wall, bang, and gets it through the box. Now, TJ. Now, TJ, this round is over.
Yeah, it is. No, they had no time. They had no post-plant setup. Like, the problem with this pizza slice strat is I think I've decided I'm going to call it, where you slice off a corner of the bomb site, is your only viable post-plant is mid. And they couldn't even play that. They couldn't play mid. They had no mid control. You saw those players like awkwardly stacked in the corner. That was because they were scared of the push from mid, so they're trying to find an angle that lets them cover the bomb, not be exposed to site, and not be exposed to mid. Anytime you're like caught in between two question marks, you know, two angles that you don't have vision of, you're just gonna lose. So the round was over the second the orbital laser forced them to cede any sort of site control. If the orbital laser doesn't go down, they can plant the bomb and re-establish mid control in order to hold post plant. But it was just perfectly timed from Steel.
It was just too perfect. I mean, goes in, finds the kills, gets the delay. I mean, you can ask for nothing more from your Brimstone player. Just really, really flawless execution there. As they now have the knowledge that the push is coming in here through Hookah. TP is going to be committed as well. We're going to see Nova looking to try and pick up a kill here. Out of Hookah.
I like that wall from Brent, just cutting off elbow, letting them kind of take the site one angle at a time. I want to see them get the plant and re-establish control elsewhere, though, and they're already struggling with that.
We are seeing the kills start to come out now as Mawson is going off, taking control of Hookah, bringing them around and through this, but still, they know there are at least one member. It's going to say an elbow and CT. The TP coming on in, finding the additional one in Hookah. Mawson is just going off, but the perfect timing, the threat of the TP from Long and the push out from CT means that Exile is stuck between a rock and a hard place, trying to get the shot there, and he runs out of ammo, but is still able to find the kill.
Crispyish saw the player inside that long cubby, called it, said, hey, there's a guy playing right in that corner, started pre-firing it to just scrape out the kill, easy confirmed, and still, Drowsy got a kill. Still. I think it was Nova who was pushing up long, and he just walks into the gunfight. If your teammate says, I got this kill confirmed, he's right here, at the very least peek looking at the angle. That was either a failure of communication or a failure of awareness.
Yeah.
I don't know who to blame for it.
Again, sort of.
If they get that kill cleanly, that's a 2v1. That's very winnable.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, maybe a situation they should have won, because now, looking at the economy, looking at the buys here, the last of it now coming in here for the side of DreadIQ. They've just been sort of, even the rounds they've been winning, they've been taking so many casualties during it. They haven't been able to build themselves up a really healthy economy. And now, pushing in is Mawson, but Massive Titan is there.
Massive Titan trying to drive to overtime.
Off to a good start to do it.
Default working A right now. You can see Massive Titan pushing forward on your map, maybe. He just made a lot of noise. They'll know where he is.
Trying to bait or pick up his stomps. That's actually cute. We are going to have the res coming in, though. Uh-oh.
Oh, no!
Here comes the showstopper. Get on out of there. And he still finds Mawson. That's mean.
And that's like absolutely the player you don't want him to find. They do get the trade, but losing Mawson for Nova. I hate to say it like this. That's a good trade.
And now this gives at least this gives Stomps the opportunity to pick himself up a kill and now get himself the ult, and this might be the round. Maybe try and spend it here, but I love this wall usage. It's such a cheeky wall coming in from the Sage player, and this has been 16 seconds on the clock. TJ, they just gotta go. Here comes the run it back. Finds one, gets absolutely nothing with it as he jumps on into the side. Strider is sitting back here looking to try and play this top defensive hold from heaven. Its wall is going down, trying to execute on the plant. Is Stomps and crew. They are gonna be able to get it. Drowsy looking to try and control Lamps. Picks up the headshot here, making it a 2v2.
For the game, for the match, for the lower bracket of the tournament.
Drowsy and crew need to go off. TJ, they had 14 seconds to execute on this. They were down, well, not in position. It was a 4v4, as now Drowsy is pushing in out of Lamp, trying to play aggressive around this. The team is collapsing. He heard the start of the defuse. The wall is there. There's one. Comes down to a 1v1 for the game! And Drowsy gets it done. A final double kill to seal the deal here for them. What an ending.
So what was different from that, from the post plant with exactly the same strat they lost moments earlier, was they had control of offsite positions. Both mid and showers, the latter being the more important one, they can push forward from those positions once they hear the defuse start and play with the bomb as a third member. That was brilliantly played, and from the two least successful members of that attacking DreadIQ as well. Very, very well played.
So many moments over the course of that game that I want to go back and touch on, but I also want to save my voice because we still have a grand finals to play. So,
one grand final still to come. It has now been decided. DreadIQ knockout team undecided. That will mean that RIP Original is waiting for them in the lower bracket finals.
Okay, no, so we still have one. I still would say, pretty sure there's a little more left. A little more left. Yes.
So RIP Original, who we've seen plenty of today, will play DreadIQ next. The winner of that will go on, of course, to play Orglis in the grand finals for $500.
All right, you heard it there. We have 2 more matches, not necessarily games, definitely not games.
1BO3, 1BO1.
Yes, 1BO1 up next, so we're going to hop on to a short break. Let them set this one up. The players are waiting with bated breath, so hopefully this break doesn't take too long. We'll be back with some more action. Just a few.